Welcome to Body Align. Align your body and align your life. I'm Rob Shockey, and I'm on with Stephen Lepkowski. Stephen, thank you so very much for joining us today. Do you like to be called Stephen or do you like to be called Steve?
Hey, I prefer to be called Steve.
Steve. Okay,
Kind
Steve.
of an informal kind of guy.
You are? Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you that this is such an exciting time for us as we're looking at Body Align, and it looks like a rebrand, a resurgence of what's going on with your company. And, for a lot of folks that are out there, they're actually looking at this company for the first time and not realizing that you're a company that has a legacy. You've actually been in business for some time. So I wanted to ask you just a few questions for those folks that are just learning about you. And maybe it's a revisit to those folks that know you before as Body Align. And so please explain, what is Body Align? Where did you come up with this name? It's such an intriguing name, and what does it mean to you?
You know, it is an exciting time in my life. And back in the early 2000s, when I was leaving a company called Texas Instruments down in Dallas, where I was a developer for computer chips for cell phones. And as I got to Virginia Beach area, retired, was in Virginia Beach and started here in 2005, I spent a lot of time investigating alternatives to the world, what was going on. And something struck me really interesting is that 2/3 of the world's population find their wellness through non-pharmaceutical ways. They actually do it through energetic ways. And I had an opportunity to run across a guy, Warren Hanshi, who showed me the power of what a hologram can do, what energetic signaling can do to the body. So I worked with Warren very closely on all the technologies that we needed to make this kind of product. And in 2010, I launched what became Body Align. And I was trying to find a way to connect the product and connect what was happening in the body at the same time. So Body Align was born simply because I wanted to get the body as close to normal, as close to godly, okay, what we are given as a gift from God, as close to godly as we could. And I didn't want to overstimulate it with chemicals. I didn't want to understimulate it with trying to balance diet. I said, let's just give the body a reconnection to itself, similar to what an acupuncturist is going to do when they use needles or they use energetic presence in order to affect the body. Body Line was born simply to connect the product from that vision of getting the body back to normalcy. How do we align the chakras of the body? How do we get the body such that it's recentered and ready to do what it needs to do? We're given the gift for the body to create itself, to make itself better. And all I'm doing is using this technology to reboot your body to get it back to its normal.
Finding that homeostasis to get back to normalcy, right? And
Absolutely.
and
That is absolute key. And what I want out of everybody that touches our products is to push their body back to that homeostasis. So all the systems of the body are working together.
it's truly amazing. I know that you're probably not anti-pharmaceutical, but you do bring up an interesting point about how many people, especially in the Eastern philosophies, are using energy and moving energy through their bodies, and they call it energy wellness. Would you agree to that? Is that the term that people are using today? Energy
Yeah,
wellness.
I think that someone asked me one time, says, my son broke his arm. What should I do? What kind of product, Steve, would you use to help my son? And I said, get him to the hospital. There's an absolute role for medicine to help our bodies get better, but we own the wellness piece of it. Doctors can't solve that. We got to take charge and make our bodies well. And Rob, you are exactly right. 2/3 of the world's population thinks about energy medicine first and then says, do I need medical attention? This is beyond what energy medicine can do. It's a medical condition. It's a disease or a disease. Wellness is about preventing that. Wellness is about getting your body at a point by which it's can protect itself from that dis-ease, that connection in the body that pushes us away from homeostasis. So my first philosophy is evaluate it. Is it a wellness condition? I don't sleep at night. Is it wellness or is it medical? If it's medical, seek a doctor. If it's wellness, start to look at your body to see what might be happening and ways for you to modify whatever's pushing you in that direction so you can get back to homeostasis. And the products we build help your body energetically align to get back to that point.
And that's truly amazing, getting that body in alignment. And you're right, there is a role for medicine, and there's a role for wellness, wellness in all areas of your life. Let me ask you this question: how long has the company been in operation with these kinds of product lines? You said 2010, but when did you start releasing the first products?
I started with Warren doing development on the technology back in 2005. We were trying to capture ways to signal the body without using the needles that an acupuncture would use, without using organic patches or other techniques that the industry had already seen. In some places, you're able to hold on to galvanic copper rods and the body could get signaled that way. We were looking for a simple, do it yourself way of giving our consumers, our customers, the ability to do it right out of their wellness cabinet. Stop about a medicine cabinet. We want to create a wellness cabinet. It's 2005. Warren and I started connecting the dots on technologies that could do what we needed to do, how to absorb frequencies from good botanicals or good chemistries that we could find in whether it's minerals or vitamins or amino acids or essential fatty acids. We went out and found the best, extracted the frequencies, and were able to make our products reflect those frequencies back into the body. We launched the product side of it in about 2008, and in 2010, we took a significant investment and started running with Body Align as the flagship brand out in the marketplace.
It's amazing. That's truly amazing because all these different frequencies, people are talking about frequencies. I know personally, I sleep with frequencies at night to try and clear my mind, and hopefully, it's aligning my mental mind as I rest. But it's interesting how you mentioned that some of these products, some of the elements that you're putting into these holograms, actually have their own frequency. And give off a certain frequency or block certain frequencies. And is that the basic primary of the product line?
Absolutely. The molecule of melatonin, it has a vibrational frequency. That vibrational frequency can help the body and push the body to understand what's going on. So we use melatonin, the frequency of melatonin. We extract that from the purest melatonin that we can find. We look for parts per million of maybe one or two defective melatonins. You got to search across the globe to find high purity. And we're looking for that vibratory energy that's in every molecule of melatonin. We take that frequency. Let's pretend it was 5.711382 kilohertz. That's the frequency that we're going to use to push back into that hologram. So when it touches your body or it's in proximity to your body, you're going to get that energetic frequency hitting the body, and the body's going to have the response of that molecule. Okay, so I can use colloidal water, I can use calcium and magnesium and build a stack, 400 unique frequencies in a hologram to signal to the body ways of altering or ways of realigning so it can sleep better at night in the case of melatonin in our sleep product. It's going to allow your body to recenter, refocus. We put the holograms right behind our ear. And when we go to bed at night, our body's being brought down. Melatonin frequencies are helping the body relax. We do nothing with the energetic side. We don't want to boost the energy. We take all the chemicals that we have, all of the natural substances that we have, and start to push the body down so you can get into REM sleep as fast as possible and stay there for a long period of time.
Yeah, I have to tell you that the opposite is true as well. I found myself keeping an energy band that you were gracious enough to give and have me test out before this interview, and I left it on, and I found myself staying awake and alert and very focused for a very very long time. And I said, "What is going on? It's so amazing. It really is amazing." Now you're a man of science, so I mean you're working on microchips for Texas Instruments. I mean, that is a pretty impressive role. So you're a man of science and technology. What would compel you, right? What was it within you that you said, you know what, I'm going to take a departure? And I believe that your background includes telecom as well. So, you know,
Absolutely.
it's really amazing, given your background, that you would look at frequencies. I mean, what's the bridge? What was it? What compelled you?
I grew up as a material scientist. My degree is in mechanical engineering, but ultimately I brought to the table to my employer, TI, way back when in '84 when I joined them, They used me for my inquisitiveness and my education in material science and semiconductors and computer chips. So really the basis is all about the materials and how they react when they're putting energy in or taking energy out, or we turn on the battery or turn it off. What's happening inside that chip is really a function of how the materials align. So it started to me as just a natural curiosity. The technology that we used when I left TI way back when was actually down at the point, but I could count the number of molecules in the materials that the semiconductor was using to transmit energy or to transmit a frequency across the chip or transmit a decision or turn on the LED display on a phone or turn it off or turn on the antenna. All this stuff is just a process of driving frequencies across the chip. And what would happen was we could get down to a level where I could see what was happening and feel what was happening inside that molecule. Well, when you start to understand there's a vibratory, there's a uniqueness and a predictability about that frequency, you suddenly start to see a broader world. And as I ran into Warren, this is shortly after I retired, I ran into Warren and he goes, I need to talk to you because you know materials. And I have a passion for understanding what's going on at the smallest level. We're talking about angstrom level stuff that's smaller than you could ever even detect that we're building in computer chips. So the partnership with Warren was pretty genuine, as he needed somebody that can understand what's going on at the spin and the electron and the neutrons, things happening inside of a molecule, inside of an atom. I brought to the table. What Warren brought to the table is what are those energetic frequencies that we need to pack into a material. So I did a lot of research with him on how mylar, how our holograms are made, how that material can absorb those frequencies and embed them, change the molecular structure. So when they were re-stimulated with heat or with electrical energy or contact to the skin or chemical energy, the heat coming off your phone, it could re-vibrate those frequencies. Those molecules would get excited and retransmit the frequencies back. Materials such as silver is an outstanding absorber and molecular changes, so we can make that happen. So Rob, it definitely tuned into something in me, really attracted me, because we were down at the molecular level when I was at Texas Instruments, and this technology kept me right there. I got to see things through electron microscopes. I got to see the way a molecule was behaving, study the atomic changes that are happening, and be able to bring that to the table as we develop the technology.
Incredible. I would say that you're one of the few that are able to actually see that. Obviously, most people that are listening to this have never ever really seen that kind of structure, a molecular structure, unless you're going to school for it. So it's really, 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 truly amazing that you're bringing that kind of technologies and blending it into something that's really almost holistic, a holistic way of treating the body. What do you think is the biggest challenge? Is the biggest challenge education then for people with body align? Where do you think the greatest challenge might be for people to wrap their head around this kind of technology?
We've been accustomed in our culture in the United States, and it's propagated through everywhere, from high fructose corn syrup in our diet to the way we look at our world, the way our school systems all. We've given up that go figure it out yourself kind of mentality, and we listen to and we bring what gets brought to us is this energy of eat this and you'll feel better. Here's a food pyramid and it'll make a big difference. So we have a natural resistance to something that isn't prescribed or isn't designed for me to know anything about it. It's actually designed for me to just take it and expect the kind of changes that we want. And the 330 million people in the United States, every one of us believe at some point in their life that that's the way the solution was. What the doctor told us, what the nurse told us, what the dentist told us, whoever we went to for the guidance gave us the information that we needed. Bodyline products actually give you the opportunity to go look at your body. Go look at your body as a cardiovascular system, as a circulatory system, as a skeletal system, as a muscular system, and learn about all the interactions. It's kind of cool with Google and the invention of people like me putting out all this information. It allows you to go learn what's going on in your body and see how my products are going to make a difference in the way you're living every day. If you're low energy and you just don't have it, a product like on my Action Disc or my Mass Disc that designs to give your body the signals to release the precursors for testosterone so you can build muscle and have that great feeling inside your body as you're nurturing and converting fat calories to muscular calories as the body goes through its processes. You're going
Yeah.
to learn how these technologies that I give you can make a difference in your body. And you simply put them on your body, depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to sleep, we put them here. If you want action or you want to relieve pain, we give you exactly where to put them on so you can see, you can feel the difference almost immediately. Many of our protocols are designed simply to give you the relief till your body can catch up. Other products that we have are really designed to be a part of you every day.